just from my point of view, there's no question that video is playing a far more important role in the whole digital media landscape. Another part of the Seek business I've been responsible for a couple of years along with Alan is our media display digital business, and we've seen the rise of video the last couple of years across all platforms. It's a far more engaging medium, it's got a lot more depth to it, it's got a level of authenticity there, and it just feels intuitively like it needs to be playing a bigger role in the recruitment space. So that was really the purpose of this trial from Seek's point of view. We wanted to take that intuition, we wanted to really test that out and try and put some data points behind it that really help to validate the role that video plays in recruitment and the opportunity that sits there for video to play a really serious role in recruitment. So from our point of view, there are a couple of things we're really keen to test and work through this trial, and these are the results that we're going to be sharing with you today. The first is how it works from a candidate point of view. So what kind of engagement did we see from candidate, and what kind of reach were we able to achieve in terms of accessing new and fresh candidates using video, both on Seek and off Seek. The second thing we wanted to understand is a little bit more from a hirer point of view. So how do you as hirers engage with video? What kind of friction sits there for building great video content? And how can we make that seamless and really an integral part of that recruitment advertising process? And the third thing we're really keen to understand as well with regard to the reach is how Seek's audience and Seek's data could help support more effective reach of video, particularly when we go off platform and surface it in front of candidates in other mediums. So they're the three things we're really keen to understand and see if we can get some data points behind through this trial. I think you'll see today we've got some great results and great learnings from that. So I just want to sort of set the scene and set the context around that. And now I'm going to pass over to David and Alan, I think starting with David, who's going to take you through the results today and share some of our findings. Thank you. Thanks, Dave.
Well, so good to be here and share the results with you guys, the pilot participants. I'd really like to say a very special thank you to Alan and Alan and the whole team. It's been going for over a year. It's actually the second pilot that we did. And yeah, the results have been great, but we have created a new friendship in Seek. They've been terrific to work with, and Alan and his team, who've worked tirelessly to collect all the data and been really responsive to everyone, has been terrific. So we thought we would start off with the video, of course, being a video type platform, and we'll just...
Congratulations, Rich, you got the promotion. Which means now there's an amazing opportunity to come and join my team.
At Bupa, we're focused on people living longer, healthier and happier lives, and our technology services, including cloud, enable us to do that.
Hi, I'm Kate and I'm coming to you live from Optus headquarters in Macquarie Park.
I'm Alina, I'm the Digital Marketing Manager.
I'm Akasha, I'm one of the product managers here at JobAdder.
Hi there, my name is Mark Smith and I'm Managing Director of People to People, one of Australia's fastest growing recruitment companies.
I'm looking for a superstar corporate receptionist who is available immediately to join a top-tier finance company.
Hi, my name is Laura Dross and I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself upon the successful completion of the AMP Advisor Academy.
It's essential that we find a passionate and strategic thinker who's happy to roll up their sleeves during this formative time.
And his direct reports, and we help them work through those problems which they may sometimes not know of, but we're there to help solve them.
Now, why is this a job opportunity that's worth getting excited about?
Here at AWS, we're growing, and so too is the TA team.
To help implement this change, I am now seeking agile coaches with strong coaching ability and someone who is a natural reader.
We're just launching our new Deluxe website, which is a fantastic opportunity to get closer to consumers, really understand how they're navigating our brand.
Someone who likes to solve those problems collaboratively in a team of really excellent peers. Looking for someone who is a .NET developer, but also is interested in every technology, who loves technology, technology's sake.
There are lots of great benefits on offer, including modern offices based in Burwood, staff discounts, higher rates for working weekends and evenings, and fantastic opportunities for promotion as the company is quickly expanding.
Well, thanks very much for listening. If you're interested in learning more about the role, you're welcome to give me a call or send me an email on the details below. Thank you.
So really like to thank you guys for participating in the pilot on behalf of Seek and VideoMyJob. So you can imagine Seek is an awesome platform that enables you to really push out to job seekers effectively, and typically how people find talent can be summarised in these 3 slides, and Seek definitely do 2 of these really, really well. So online job adverts, your connections, as well as building talent communities. And the benefits of using VideoMyJob, as you could see, for the first time, people get to see you and they get to hear that there is a real person behind the job and a need, and they get to see the environment. So what we learnt from the pilot was that this is a really great opportunity when you're creating video to highlight your brand and what we call EVP. And obviously VideoMyJob, it can be quite expensive to produce video, and VideoMyJob solves that problem. So it is low cost and high quality. And because you're able to boost through ad tech, you're able to get out to multiple channels. So this in culmination really enabled us to work together. So we know the market is huge. In the US, ad tech or advertising is worth $400 billion, which is huge. Our brains process video differently. Our brains process, according to IBM and the case study that they ran, it processes it 60,000 times faster than text. And most people are on YouTube. So this is a recent YouTube stat. 80% of 18 to 49-year-olds watch YouTube every single month. So the pilot. We wanted to cut to the chase and tell you what the results were. Alan's going to go through the details. But the fact is, VideoMyJob is an awesome platform that enables you to create video and distribute that content on social platforms. Seek have awesome data, loads of candidates. And what's really exciting, through the results, we 10x'd the platform. So we increased the application rate 10 times more effectively, which is really exciting. So cool, I'm going to hand over to Alan, and Alan will talk to you about how it all happened.
Thanks David. So just a quick intro. My role is Media Solutions Manager here at Seek, and I work really closely with David, Chris and the rest of the team on actually promoting your video job ads to Seek candidates. Just a recap of the pilot, we had a good split of clients that we work with, both on the corporate and on the agency recruiter side, and some really strong brands, including Seek. We thought halfway through the pilot that we should actually give this a shot ourselves. So in the video highlight that Dave ran, you could see that we recorded a clever little video ourselves. We also had a good split of different types of roles. So we tried not to bias towards easy to fill or hard to fill roles. So when we looked at all of the videos that were posted throughout the pilot, there was a good split between easy to fill roles and harder to fill roles. And that's based on what we can see in our back-end analytics for the types of roles that were advertised in a certain industry and occupation and within a certain geography. How did these roles stack up as far as application volumes? So we had a good split. Now I'm going to deep dive into what we did on YouTube to promote your video content on YouTube. So what we did was we took the URL of your video, public URL of your video. Some clients posted it to their own YouTube channel, others used the VideoMyJob channel. But we simply took that URL, and then based on the information that you put into the VideoMyJob boost form and the target audience that you preferred, we basically targeted 2 separate audiences. One of those audiences was a Seek audience, so that's people that had previously been on Seek that matched your requirements, and the other audience was a relevant audience, but they hadn't necessarily been on Seek, and they still matched the requirements that you entered into your boost form. On YouTube, the format that we used is something called TrueView, and I'll spend a little bit more time to talk through TrueView in a moment, but we converted your video into a skippable ad. Okay, so the candidate watched 5 seconds of the video, and then if they weren't interested, they could skip the video. What we also did was insert what we call a call to action button on the video. So if candidates were interested in learning more, we embedded a logo onto the video with the URL. Although it says seek.com.au, that would have clicked through directly to your chosen job ad. So the candidate could then have read about the position, and if they were interested, hopefully apply for the role. We also, at the end of each Video My Boost campaign, we had a look at our analytics. Some people in the room might be using Seek Analytics, but essentially there's a chart in there that allows us to see how did this role perform based on industry benchmarks. Again, in the same industry and classification and in a particular location, did it perform higher than the green bar, which is the high benchmark, or was it somewhere in between? Now, the reason why we like the True View format on YouTube is because it's a better candidate experience. If we're forcing someone to watch 15 or 30-second videos on YouTube, we feel like that might actually damage your brand rather than help it. So the 5-second skippable video is great because if the candidate's interested, they can continue watching and learn more, or they can click on the video. But if they're not interested, they skip the video. Okay. Conversion tracking. Obviously Google owns YouTube. We use Google technology to run these campaigns, and that allowed us to then track application volumes on Seek. And then at the time, we had detailed video analytics from either within YouTube, but since we ran the pilot, there's been a development at VideoMyJob, and the analytics are baked into the platform now. So you get really great analytics through VideoMyJob. Just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about the Seek versus non-Seek audience. So with the Seek audience, we sort of have 3 different buckets that we can tap into. So the first one being people that have searched for roles that matched the job that you were promoting and the details that you put into the boost form. So this is people that they may have been on Seek a week ago. They search for healthcare nursing roles in Melbourne, and we can retain that information, and then we can market to those individuals anonymously. We don't know their first names or last names. We just know that they've performed an action. So we generally, internally, we call that behavioural data because it's what candidates have done when they've visited Seek. We also have the Seek profile data, which most people in the room would be familiar with talent search. So we're able to tap into our database of profiles as well. So this is not necessarily what people have searched for, but it's what information they have entered into their Seek profile. Okay, there's sometimes an overlap between the two, where someone may have also had a Seek profile that says I'm based in Melbourne and I'm a nurse. Okay, and then lastly we have keyword searches. So when people come to Seek, they might have typed in a keyword like nursing jobs in Melbourne, and we can tap into that data. So we call this our first party data. The non-Seek audience, what we did with that is we explicitly said we want to market to a bunch of candidates, but we don't want to market to those that have been on Seek. So we wanted to have a clear distinction between the two audiences. So we said these people have never been on Seek before, but based on Google or Facebook's data, they're either a nurse based in Melbourne. And we use some really clever targeting to try and make the quality of the data as even as possible. We try not to bias towards our data. So Google has, and both Google and Facebook have amazing data, and we try to use as many advanced techniques to come up with a really relevant audience to market to. A couple of case studies. Again, looking at that sort of brand awareness video engagement metric. So this is probably our best performing video from a video engagement perspective. So this is for Amazon. The role was a solution architect in Sydney. So 30% of candidates watched over 30 seconds of the video. So with video, the key metric is a view rate. So how many people watched a certain number of seconds divided by the number of people that you showed the video to. And yeah, Amazon achieved a view rate of 30%. So we showed the video over 2,000 times and 672 candidates watched 30 seconds or more, which is a fairly long piece of engagement. So a really good result for Amazon from a brand perspective. And this is from Seek Analytics, so the back end. This is the low benchmark for that solutions architect role in Sydney. This is the high benchmark, and for Amazon, their application volumes, and that's what this line represents. So it's how many applications did they receive each day. For a similar type of role, they absolutely smashed the benchmark. And part of that would have been exposure that they got from the video campaign, but also for those of you that recruit in technology, Amazon is a fantastic place that people want to work for. So they would have had organic, high performance just based on their employer brand. This is one now looking more at hard metrics like clicks and click-through rate. This was our best performing ad on Facebook from PKL. This was a sales consultant role. I can't remember whether it was in Melbourne or Sydney. But the key metrics here are, look, a very low view rate. As I said, Facebook actually has a different way that they measure video compared to YouTube. Does anyone know the difference between the two metrics? So Facebook will say that a video has been viewed after 3 seconds, and Google says it's after 30 seconds. All right, so what we did is we normalised the Facebook results to 30 seconds to try and make it a bit more of an even comparison. So that's why the view rate looks low, but the volume of clicks, like 132 candidates clicked on this video, the click-through rate is 0.78. If anyone does digital marketing and knows what click-through rates are for display advertising, they're usually 0.05% is an average click-through rate. So really amazing click-through rate. And we were able to track 7 applications on this particular job ad solely from the Facebook campaign. So really, really good result for this particular job. After each campaign was done, we had face-to-face or video conference interviews with you guys, the participants in the pilot, and we asked a bunch of questions. And one of those questions was, how likely would you be to recommend the Seek and VideoMyJob pilot or trial to your peers, which is a Net Promoter Score. And we were proud to uncover that we had a Net Promoter Score of 38, which is a great result. And based on the interviews that we ran and everyone that we spoke to, everyone was very complimentary of the service and the results of the campaign. At the end of it, we were able to prove that we can access audiences at scale through the Seek audience database. It was a very low cost option to reach that audience at scale. And the 10 times statistic is just amazing. So just to reiterate on that, when we spoke about the Seek audience versus the non-Seek audience, there were 10 times more applications that came from the Seek audience, which indicates that that active pool of candidates is more likely to take that next step after viewing the video, which is to apply for the role. Yeah, so the VideoMyJob platform is amazing. We were really excited to work with Dave and the team. We think there was a good blend of amazing technology, and we brought the scalable audience into the mix. And we know that you guys were really pleased with the results, and we think we had a positive experience for the candidates that were exposed to the video content as well. Just like to say thank you for coming today. I hope you took some insights from that. We've organised some catering, so I'd encourage you all to please join us in having a bite to eat and a few drinks.